Thomas Culver, Rhode Island Student Climate Coalition.
That's the one. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. This is also my first time testifying here. I'm testifying on behalf of the Rhode Island Student Climate Coalition. We're a group of like-minded students at universities throughout the state that are all gravely concerned with climate change and the risk that it poses to Rhode Island, the state that we love. So I'm going to keep my remarks brief. I lack the expertise and the experience that most of the people who have come up here to speak before you tonight have. So instead I'm going to focus on what is unique that I have to offer, which is my youth and my passion. So myself and members of my organization, we know firsthand, we've seen in our lifetime the impacts of climate change. If you look in Rhode Island, it's not hard to see that we've seen droughts that are exceptional, we've seen storms that are exceptional, we're seeing flooding that's exceptional, and we look down the line and we can see that these impacts are going to only get worse as we grow up, as our kids grow up. Frankly, I'm afraid. And I think looking forward at our future, one thing that really drives myself and my colleagues, fellow students like me around this state, is a desire to see progressive legislation like this that addresses this issue and other issues that are going to be important to our future, both immediately and in the long-term past. This committee and this chamber made great progress 3 years ago in passing the Resilient Rhode Island Act. That really set Rhode Island apart as a leader in these issues, and it gives people like me hope when I look at my own future. And I think just as someone who wants to be able to enjoy the ocean state 6 decades down the road, or in a more near-term sense, as somebody who's going to be looking for a job and trying to decide where in the country to land, the fact that this bill right here is going to create 2,000 jobs in Rhode Island is not something that we're overlooking here. We're really eager to support this piece of legislation, and we hope to see it passed. Thanks.
Senator Buck.
I just have a comment for you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out and speaking on behalf of a lot of the young students, because a lot of us here are older, and it's really the young people that are going to be facing the biggest issues 20, 30 years out from now. And, growing up, I don't think it was normal to have tornadoes in Massachusetts, in February, or 100 degrees in Oklahoma a few days ago. So I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in 20 years from now, what you all are going to have to face. So I did want to thank you for coming out and kind of speaking on behalf of your generation.